Shut up! Fuck. Off. Jesus fucking Christ.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen that are not here. I just figured we had put on social media that we were not going to be able to do a show tonight. But I figured some people may still be coming in here. You never know. And so I figured I'd come in here and just sort of explain to anyone that might have not seen that post, because many times people don't see those posts. And so I figured I would let some people know why exactly we weren't going to do a show. We don't have time to do a show today. And hello, Moontooth. But yeah, so, normally Vinny and I would be here in the Radioville studio. Today I'm in a slightly different place. As you can see by the background, it's clearly a different spot. But I just wanted to go over some details of why we were not going to be able to do this. And the first way to illustrate this is with this graph. I think that representing things with a candlestick chart really would be a very easy way for everyone to sort of get the gist of why we're not able to do the show today. Now, if you'll see the top wicks of the larger candlesticks on the top, in conjunction with the smaller wicks on the lower hanging candlesticks, you'll notice that the time to fun ratio sometimes intersects, and you'll see it takes a big dive right here at the end. And right now, we've gone from 53 time to 48.19, and it's just what it does is it just makes the time versus fun quotient. It just doesn't. It's almost undoable, really. Specifically the time part, though. The fun part is always good once we're on here. But the setting up of the show, clearly, as you can see by the candlestick chart in front of you, it's just once in a while, things in life. And now, let me see here. I thought maybe also this. Now, this is a more specific graph, obviously. Now, the yellow line being me, the blue line being Vinny, the light blue line being you, the viewer, the green line being time, the purple line being fun, the thinner purple line being time across platforms of media, the red line being problems with my car, the thin blue line being certain jobs that we both have to do in our regular life. The very, very thin pink line, that one is temporal influxes and anomalies that are experienced here in the studio. And I believe those are all the metrics. So let's dive into this chart and just really dig into why we can't do the show today. I mean, really, I don't have to do that. You can see it right here, plain as day. So this is that. And I guess one last one we could do. This one is a little more simple, a little more basic. The blue is me, the red is Vinny, the yellow is you. And you can see at the beginning of the season, there's a steady arc towards the middle, and then time and responsibility starts coming in, and then that starts to arc again down towards the frustrating part of the show. So I hope that explains everything to everyone. I hope that made it clear. Yeah. So we'll be back next week with a full show. And if you didn't get the full explanation, it'll be here on our channel, so you can go back and take a look, dive into the details of why we were not able to do a show this week and why we will be able to. And let me, one other time, I really want to emphasize this specific chart here, because this one is really, and like I said, the blue line is... the yellow line is me, the blue line is Vinny, the light blue line is you, the viewer, the green and purple line are clearly time and fun. And I think that's going to do it, guys. Okay? So as long as you guys are all on the same page with us, I'm going to... What do you mean, boo? I just showed why we can't do a show this week. Good evening, Beckler X. Good evening, Moontooth. Oh, and Radio Vile. Saying boo over and over, but clearly you see the chart in front of you. It would be impossible to do a show tonight. Because, I mean, look at it. You know what I mean? Now, actually, let me put these. I gotta see what is happening here. Yeah, the yellow line being me, the blue line being Vinny, the light blue line being temporal influxes, the green, small, thick green line. I know, that's the thing. See, Moontooth brings up a good point. These people are mad because they're just too dumb to understand a very, very clear chart of the impossibility of doing a show tonight from Radioville Studio. Now, and anybody who makes fun of my lady glasses can get fucked as well. Now, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be lewd. I'm trying to, I'm slipping into character. My Tommy Thompson character from Radioville. Yeah, let's take one more quick gander at that candlestick chart. Now, this one, if you can't understand this, then I don't know what to do for you. At our peak, we were at 53.00 time, and now this week we're at 48.19 time. It's clearly not enough time to do a show together. You see what I'm saying? So, again, to emphasize, look at the red arrows pointing at the long wicks at the dips and the peaks on this candlestick chart of time versus fun versus extracurricular activities versus actual responsibilities. That's what this chart is illustrating. It's clear as day, 53 to 48.19. So obviously not going to be able to do a show. So I guess yeah. Guess that'll do it. Yes. I did have a nice apple pie graph, Eric, but I actually ate that motherfucker because I actually made the graph out of an apple pie. And what happened was, as I took slices out to represent the time versus fun factor and responsibility versus extracurricular activity, there was nothing left. And it became more like a crumb chart. And then I didn't know if anyone would even... I don't know how many of our viewers are familiar with crumb charts, but I didn't know if anyone else was. So, Memphis B, what is going on here? Nobody knows. And here, I guess I'll catch Memphis B up real quick, though. I'm not going to go over it all, Memphis. But I was just telling everyone the reason that Vinny and I cannot do a show tonight. And it is mostly due to... Here, this is a candlestick chart that should make it fairly clear why we cannot do it. And if you'll notice the red arrows going down here and then the red arrows going up here pointing to the lowest and highest parts of the candlesticks, you'll see that at one point it was going up and then down and then 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 all the way up and then it plummeted. And at our peak here we were at 53.00 time and now we're at 48.19 time. So clearly, not enough time to do an actual show. And then I guess I'll go over to this one once again. Now, I don't know how this one didn't make it clear to everyone, but try this again, guys. The yellow line is Vinny. The blue line is me. The light blue thick line is you, the viewer. The green and purple line are temporal influxes and responsibilities. The thin salmon coral colored line there is extracurricular activity. The thin blue line going over there is time over media. And I believe that is it. Oh, yeah. That's it. Now, obviously, I just named all of those. So clearly you can tell why we can't do a show. It's like I say, Moontooth gets it. Beckler seems to be getting on board, although he wanted a pie chart, which I ate earlier, so it was a crumb chart. And so I can't really present that because most people here, I'm going to assume, are not familiar with crumb charts. So, yeah, you guys should do a show of just viewer submissions. Maybe we should, Eric. Maybe we should. But guess who isn't? Us. Not tonight, pal. You saw the charts. I mean, it seems irrefutable. So, unfortunate, guys, but we will be back next week. And also, how much shit is going on right now? World War III. Wait, what else? I think that's about it. It's Radioville with Tom and charts. I should put the chart and me equally. I don't like how I'm so small and the charts are so big. But you know what? Let's go back to this one real quick. The yellow line being Vinny, the blue line being me, the thick light blue line being you, the viewer, the green and the purple line being temporal influxes and anomalies. The light blue thin line being time over media platform. The very thin coral pink colored line being extracurricular activities. And then the line right here. Now let me just illustrate or indicate it with the arrow. This purple line right here, that is actual responsibilities. All right. So again, just to clarify, obviously the charts say what they say. So we will be back next week, guys. Uncuckable alpha. Oh, uncuckable alpha. Without Vinny here, there's no one to interrupt you mid-sentence. Hi, I'm Al Harrington of All Harrington Temporal Influxes and Anomalies Warehouse. Oh. Wow, we have, look at this, guys. We have Al Harrington of Al Harrington's Temporal Influxes and Anomalies Warehouse in the chat right now. And that he's a old sponsor from a previous iteration of the show. So everyone say hi to him. Salute him in the chat. I'm not going to give you any eagles. Quit demanding things. And, yeah. You know what? I think we're going to go one more time because I don't think we spent enough time on this particular chart right here. Now, obviously, the blue line representing me, the red line representing Vinny, and the yellow line representing you, the viewer. Now, if you'll notice, Vinny and I's fun factor started pretty high in relative to yours. Yours was pretty low. And ours, stayed relatively the same until about, I don't know, what is that, 40 or 50? And then it really started taking a downturn. And now, look where we're at, guys. We're all almost down to 15. So, look, we'll try and get these numbers up. Look, there is no try. There's only do. So we're going to get these numbers up. We're going to improve these stats. By next week, we'll have a nice, robust, full show for everyone. Probably less charts. I'm just going to say that because let me get a quick sip of my Gatorade. Oh, that's good. Yeah, less charts probably. Excuse me. Gatorade makes me giggle. I don't know what it is. It always has. It's blue. It's fruity. But yeah, we're going to get those numbers up, guys. We're going to get those charts back in order. And we're going to have a nice show next week, chock full of gags and reels and gag reels. Fishing reels, possibly, because I have a couple of those that I've been wanting to show you guys, and Virginia never lets me do it. But probably fishing reels, ball gags. Just lots of gags and reels. A lot of that is going to be in next week's show. But, yeah. Yeah, Kaism. Let me see what this. I like the backdrop. Hey, so do I. Thank you, Memphis B. Also, looks like it sounds like you guys need to have a Kaiser event to lean your processes. Oh, Kaism. I still think you're saying that wrong, Eric. I think you're talking about the Japanese principle of small increments, resulting in a large demonstrable result. If you're not, then stop talking about it, please. Yes, great idea, Moontooth. Tom and Vinny each need their own spin-off miniseries. Yes. Did you guys have a fight? No, we have many times. But no. I don't know where on the... Now, Memphis B, let me just... Jesus Christ. Where on these charts did you see a fight? Okay? We're going to go one more time. Let's all figure it out. We're going to go first to the candlestick. For God's sakes. Now, if you'll notice, we have the red arrows pointing down this way. We have the red arrows pointing up this way. Now, these ones are pointing at the peaks, and these ones are pointing at the valleys. And now we have obviously gone from lower down here, and then it went up, and then down, up, down, up, down, up, and then all the way to 48.19. Now, you could see our peak, where our top red arrow was at 53. So, obviously, when we've plummeted to 48.19 in the time category, clearly that's going to be a tough one to pull off then. You know what I mean? Now, this one again, once again, the blue line representing me, the yellow line representing Vinny, the thick light blue line representing you, the viewer, the red thin line representing temporal influxes and anomalies, the green and blue line representing a snake, or the Ouroboros, that's snake eating its own tail, the thin azure line down there representing me wanting everyone to fuck off at all times, and then the thin blue line there, extracurricular activities. Okay, so based on this, you can see how the swiggle patterns lay out there. And so, Memphis B, I hope that answered your questions on why we cannot do a show. Cringelow, shout out to the Overdose Talk Show. Cringelow sucks, a lonely show. Little throwback homage to the Overdose. Oh, yeah, the Overdose. I remember calling into that one. Not as, the technology had not gotten quite there yet. Those phone calls were pretty rough. It was like talking to your own demonic reflection. It was just like you heard yourself bouncing back, but then someone else was talking, but it was like sort of convoluted within the fucking your own head. It was great, dude. I loved it. Oh, it didn't? Memphis B. All right. I don't know how many times I can go over these charts, but yeah, all right. Anyways. Okie doke. Well, I think I am going to cut the stream, guys. I hope that cleared up some confusion. Don't know how there are this many people in here watching me do this. But yeah. Thanks for checking in. We'll be back next week. It'll be a good show. Oh yeah, one other thing. So much shit going on right now. World War III? This doesn't look good for any of us. Well, it's fine for me. I'll just fly back to my nether region home with my Prince of Darkness father, but it doesn't look good for you guys, and I will say that. And thank you, Cadence. She liked the charts. I'm glad you got something out of those. I just wanted to clear things up, you know what I mean? So threw together a few charts, and yeah, thin azure. All right, guys. Yeah, so we'll be back next week to cover all of the balls and the gags and the reels and the polls. All right? Thanks for coming in.